Hey Derby friends, I'm Inga Nieher. I'm an engineer and I'm going to teach you the science behind some of the Derby moves that we do. So let's go get nerdy about roller derby. The second most important thing, in my opinion, in roller derby is knowing how to stop. When we are thinking about doing stops, particularly at plow stops, we need to balance two things: ability to absorb the momentum and to brake, and our ability to be strong in the event that we are getting pushed on or hitting somebody else. I see a lot of people that teach plow stops by doing basically a little lemon circle. Don't do that. That is not a plow stop. That is bringing your feet together until they don't have anywhere to go. If you do this at a high speed, eventually your feet will just run into each other and you will continue forward because you don't really have any way to brake. What you really need to do is to be pushing your foot out in front on both sides and getting that sort of skidding sound so the friction of the wheels are able to absorb your speed as you're going. And the reason that's important is because it's adjustable. If you are doing a little lemon, once your feet come together, you can't do anything else. There's no other way to brake at that point. But if you are sliding with a foot forward, you can continue to slide and push that foot forward until the friction of your wheels brings that speed down to zero. There's lots of different types of stops, but there's one that I use over and over and over again, and that is a single foot plow. You should be able to do this on both sides. But the reason that this is really important is because if you are in a pack, there's lots of people around you, and I'm very tall, I have long legs. If I want to do a 2-foot plow, it can be quite wide, and I'm likely to trip somebody and I'm going to get a low block. I don't want that, so I keep my feet underneath me and I stick one out in front as my brake. Just like I'm braking my car, you just push in on the brake pedal. You want to ease in nice and slow. Okay, let's break this down move by move. First thing, you have forward momentum. You're moving forward. You're in your nice derby stance. What you're going to do is take your braking foot. For me, I prefer my right side, but I can also do it not as well on my left side. You're going to slide that foot out in front, and then you're going to turn it. The more you turn it, the faster you will stop because there's more friction. Your wheels are balancing the forward roll in this position with the friction of the slide. You're not 100% 90 degrees. Most people can't do this with their legs. I'm very bendy, so don't worry about that. But you don't want that 100%. You want to be able to adjust it so that you can slow down slower or faster depending on what the surface is. So we move forward, stick our foot out, we turn it sideways, and we press into it. Think about pushing your strength down your leg and out through the side of your foot. Let's troubleshoot one more thing that often comes up when people are doing single foot plow stops. A lot of times I will see people try this and they end up doing a little turn. We don't want to be doing a little turn. We want to be keeping straight. So think about keeping your shoulders and your hips heading in the direction that you want to go. You're sticking this foot out and you're pushing on it. The reason that people turn is because they are not resisting the friction of that foot sliding on the ground. They are just letting the wheels catch and roll them to the side. Let me note, this is hard. It requires a lot of strength in your legs, and it may take you a little bit of time to build up that strength. So ways you can make this easier while you're learning is to put on super hard wheels or to skate on a very slick surface. So right now I have 97s on a concrete floor. Those are very hard wheels on a pretty hard surface. It's a little bit of rough concrete here, but it's relatively smooth, and that allows me to get that nice slide in my skates. If you're using outdoor wheels or really squishy wheels, they are going to just be absorbing and bending as you're trying to push and get them to slide on the surface, and you won't be able to do it. So try some really hard wheels, borrow somebody's if you need to, try a really hard surface, and just work on sliding that foot forward, turning and pushing out, getting that nice skid until you come to a complete stop. That's your plow steps. You got this.